Hi boys and girls, welcome back. It's great to see you again. I'd like to talk to you today about a famous artist. His name is Pablo Picasso, and I want to show you some of his artwork today and a short video before we do a fun art activity. So I want to first show you some examples of another artist's work of art and talk to you a little bit about portraits. Now, I know we've talked about portraits before in art class because we've drawn a family portrait. So I want to show you a picture, and the picture is of a famous work of art that you've seen before, and it's a famous work of art by an artist. His name was Leonardo da Vinci, and Leonardo da Vinci painted this painting called the Mona Lisa. Now, I know you've seen this painting before because it was hanging in the art room, so let me just turn the camera so that you can see, and you will remember it, I'm sure, as soon as you see it. Here it is, boys and girls. Do you remember? This is probably the most famous work of art in all the world, the Mona Lisa. So this is a portrait. As you know, we said that a portrait is a picture of a person. You learned that in art class this year. And this is considered a realistic portrait because it looks real. It looks like a real person. But today we're going to learn about what an abstract portrait looks like. Abstract is a fancy word, and that means the opposite of realistic. So it doesn't look real, it's the opposite. So I'm going to show you an example of an abstract portrait. And this abstract portrait is by a different artist, and his name is Pablo Picasso. So I'm going to switch the picture, and I'm going to take the Mona Lisa away, and I'm going to show you a picture on my computer. And this is a picture by another artist, Pablo Picasso, and this is a portrait that he painted. And this is an abstract portrait. Now, this artist painted in a different style. Style just means the way that an artist paints. And this style is called cubism. It has the word cube in it. And I know that you know what the word cube means because your classroom teacher taught you that word. A cube is like a square, but it's three-dimensional. It's 3D. You can see it from the front. You can see it from the side. You can see it from the top. You can see it from all angles. And an artist who paints in the style of cubism paints things so that you can see it from all sides. So if you look at this portrait, you can see that Pablo Picasso painted this face from all sides. Instead of just painting it from the front, Pablo Picasso painted the eyes so that they're looking at you from the front. But look at the way that he painted the nose and the mouth. It looks like you're looking at the face from the side view. It looks like you're looking at the face from the side instead of from the front. But the eyes look like you're looking at the face from the front. If you were looking at the face from the side, you would only see one eye because the other eye would be on the other side of the face and you wouldn't see it. But in this painting, you can see both eyes, but you're looking at the nose and the mouth from the side view. So that's what an artist who paints in the style of cubism like to do. They like to rearrange the face. Now, do you see something else that's kind of silly about this picture? Look at where that eyeball is. Is that where it's supposed to be? Goodness, no, like Pete the cat would say. That's not even in line with the other eye. That's way down low. Not really in the right place, is it? So when an artist paints or draws, they don't always have to do things the right way. And we talked a little bit about that in the last lesson when I was talking to you about the still life. And I said you can change anything you want about the picture. It's your creation. You can use your imagination, use your creativity, and that's what Pablo Picasso did. He really used his imagination. He didn't paint exactly what he saw. Do you think the woman that he was painting looked like this picture? Do you think her eye was way down there on her face and her nose was on the side, but her eyes were looking at you from the front and her hair was purple on the top and green on the bottom? Probably not. So this is kind of silly. So this is the style, Cubism, in which Pablo Picasso painted. So this is a different style than the style that Leonardo da Vinci painted, the Mona Lisa. So one is realistic and one is abstract. Which one do you like better? Now, everyone might have a different answer. When you look at art, you can decide for yourself, it's your opinion, which one you like the most. Now, I want to watch a short video with you, so I'm going to pull it up here on my computer, so you just stay right there. I'm going to turn off the camera for just a second and pull the video up so we can watch it. Okie dokie, artichokes. Boys and girls, I have this poster. It's called a glog, and I'll be showing more of these to you as the years go on when you're in different grades. This is the one that I created about Pablo Picasso, and you can see I have his name up here in the corner, Pablo Picasso. I have the word Cubism in this corner that tells you what style of artist he was. And I also have a picture of what he looked like. That's Pablo Picasso there in the middle. And then I have one of his most famous paintings. This one is called The Three Musicians. Now I had that one hanging up in the art room as well. You may remember it. Here, let me put it up in front. Do you remember seeing this one? I had this one hanging in the art room. Do you remember seeing that one? If you look carefully, you'll see that there are 3 people in this picture. If you count their eyes, there's 1 set of eyes, 2, 3, and they're each playing an instrument. You can see that there's sheet music here, and you can tell by the notes. There's an instrument. There's an instrument. And there's even something hidden in this picture. Can you find it? This will give you a little clue. Do you know what that is? That's a tail. Let's see if we can follow the rest of it. There's a little glare there. Sorry about that. Oh, there it is. You see it? What is that? That's a dog. See his ears? His mouth? So this is The Three Musicians. This is probably one of Pablo Picasso's most recognized paintings. So I have that here on the glog. And this painting here is called The Old Guitarist. And this is a painting it's kind of hard to see, but it's all in shades of blue. And this was a period of time when Pablo Picasso was feeling really sad. And a lot of his paintings, he used the color blue. Did you ever hear someone say they're feeling blue? That means they're feeling sad. Sometimes a color can express the way you're feeling. And so during the time period when Pablo Picasso was feeling sad, he did a lot of his paintings using the color blue. So this is one of those paintings, and it was called The Old Guitarist. And you can see the way the man is sitting with his guitar. You can see the expression on his face, the way his posture is with his head hanging low. He doesn't look very happy. So this is kind of a sad painting. Do you ever feel sad? I feel sad that I miss you. I miss seeing you, I miss being with you. But you know what? Sometimes when I feel sad, I try to think of something that makes me feel hopeful. And what that is the fact that I'm going to see you again. That I always try to think of something to look forward to. So if you're ever feeling sad about something, it's okay to feel sad. That's normal. Everybody feels sad every once in a while. Sometimes people feel sad more than other people feel sad. And that's okay too. If you ever feel sad, just remember, it's always good to try to look forward to something. So anytime I feel sad, I try to think of something to look forward to, something to be hopeful about. And I always try to remind myself that you don't feel sad forever. Sometimes you feel sad for a while, but then it usually goes away. All right, boys and girls, I want to show you a video. I'm just going to click right here on the old guitarist.
Pablo Picasso is one of the greatest painters ever. Guinness World Records says Picasso painted more paintings than anyone else and painted the most expensive painting ever, bought for over $100 million. Picasso was born in 1881, and the first word he ever tried to say was pencil, because he wanted to draw a dove outside his window. His father was an art professor, and he taught his son the rules that painters have used for centuries. Have you ever made a picture of yourself? Even though he had dyslexia, Picasso became a very good painter even when he was a boy. These two paintings were both painted by Picasso when he was just 14 years old. Maybe because painting came so easily for him, Picasso wanted to discover his own way to create art that would let him show feelings more than he could using the old rules of painting. This painting is called Child with Dove. Picasso was seeing if he could make a good painting that ignored the rules of perspective. See how flat the ball and dress is? But the little girl is still very cute. Picasso painted in different ways during his life. This is a painting during his rose period, when he used lots of pinks and reds, because he was happy and in love. These are two circus performers. Have you ever been to a circus? The tall one is an acrobat, and the little one is a harlequin, a kind of magic clown. This painting style is called Cubism. Picasso invented it with another painter. This painting is a bottle and a guitar. It shows little glimpses of different parts of a bottle and a guitar, all jumbled together in a flat space. It looks sort of like an artist's sketchbook, with lots of little drawings overlapping each other. Can you find part of the bottle? How about the guitar? Although Picasso's paintings were different and new, he showed feelings that everyone shares. This painting is called Mother and Child. With just a few lines for their faces, anyone could see how much this mother loves her little boy, and how happy he is, sitting on his mama's lap. Have you ever felt like they do? When some painters got older and famous, they often painted things fancier and fancier. Even when Picasso was successful, he used what he had learned to show the simple truths of life, with paintings that looked simple but were really very complex. When a painting shows something in a very simple way, it is called abstract. This is a print he made when he was 77 years old, named simply Flowers and Hands. Have you ever given anybody flowers? This is an abstract print Picasso drew when he was 80. And even though it is just a few beautiful lines, you can see that it is a dove. The dove has an olive branch, just like the dove from Noah's Ark. After making thousands of paintings and sculptures, Picasso was drawing a dove, just like he wanted to when he was a baby. Picasso had been through lots of wars and fighting in his life. But in the end, what he wanted most was peace. And this is a very peaceful work of art.
Okay, boys and girls, I hope you liked that video. I like that video because it explains how Pablo Picasso expresses his feelings and his emotions in his artwork. I want to do a fun activity with you today. So I'm going to stop the video for a moment and I'm going to set up my supplies. You just sit tight for a second and I'm going to be back in just a moment. Okay, boys and girls, I have some items set up here for our fun art activity that actually involves food. So I thought this would be something a little bit different for us to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an edible portrait. So I'm starting with a plate and I'm going to use different food items to make a Picasso style portrait. And I'm going to try to capture my emotions. I'm going to try to show a feeling in my portrait today. So I'm thinking of Cubism. I'm thinking about how Picasso did his portraits. I'm thinking about how he arranged the features in the face, maybe not putting them exactly where they're supposed to be, so you can make it silly or fun or goofy. You can think about your feelings or your emotions. You can make an expression on the face. Think of what your mouth looks like when you're feeling a certain way. What does your mouth look like when you're feeling sad? What does your mouth look like when you're feeling happy, surprised? So I have some items here. I'm going to start out with these orange slices. I'm going to use these orange slices as the eyes. So I'm going to place those here. And maybe I don't want to put them right next to each other. Maybe I'll put them a little bit crooked. Remember the one example I showed you of Pablo Picasso's portrait where the eyes weren't exactly lined up? And then I have this bowl of fruit and nuts. I'm going to use maybe a walnut for a nose. And then I think I'll use these almonds for the mouth, and maybe they'll look like teeth, I don't know. Oh, and I forgot. I wanted to use something funny for hair. I'm gonna have to go get it from the refrigerator. I forgot. Okay, so there's my mouth. So I'm feeling happy today because the sun was shining. It was a beautiful day. It was kind of windy, but it was still beautiful. I feel happy when the sun's out. So there's my smiley face because I was feeling happy. And I'm going to run to the fridge and get my hair. Know what this is? Maybe you said lettuce, or maybe you said spinach. This is going to be my hair. What do you think about that? Is that silly? Oop, I got spinach in my eye. Ha! Well, maybe I'll have a little goatee. Oop. Little beard. What do you think about my Picasso portrait so far? Do you like it? Do I need more hair? I could probably eat this for lunch. Looks very nutritious. All I need is a fork. And there's my edible masterpiece. Hi boys and girls, here's the next one that I created. This one has pecan eyes. I should probably change it a little bit so it looks like a Picasso. How about that? Pecans for eyes, a chocolate chip for a nose, a baby carrot that's been in the fridge for a little bit too long for a mouth, and guess what I used for hair? Do you know what that is? Ramen noodles. And I have one more to show you. My son's going to make this last one, and I think I might eat it before he's even finished because it's going to be so yummy. Okay, boys and girls, the last one for today is a super delicious treat. It's a chocolate rice cake with peanut butter spread on it, and we're going to make the face with slices of banana, and then we're going to use chocolate chips for the pupils in the eyeballs. Okay, go ahead, buddy. I like that nose is 3D. Oh, you have half slices for the mouth. Yum. That looks delicious. Okay, boys and girls, you're probably hungry now. Go ahead and make your own. If you want to send me a picture, you can. You don't have to, but if you want to, I'd love to see it. And I'd love to see you. If you want to, you can email it to me, or you can go on to Flipgrid. The link should still work, but if not, you can email me, have your parent email me, and I can give you the code again. Okay? I miss you. Bye, boys and girls.